morning, guys. How is everyone today? Hope you're all well. Today is Sunday, and I want to talk through a few things that I've been working on recently. It's been a really busy week. I turned 28 on Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. So, really busy. It's December, so it's near Christmas time, doing a lot of Christmas shopping, all those kind of things. So, really busy. Also want to apologize in this video. As you can see behind me, there's a church that we live right next to, and the church bells are ringing this morning. So, that'll be fun. So hopefully you can still hear me clearly. But anyway, today I want to talk to you about an Instagram account that I've been working on. I'm going to share a little bit of information about that with you, and I'm going to show you how I grew that account from 0 to 10K in just 3 months. So what I want to talk to you today is about a little tip that I've been working on recently. If you'd watched my last video, which I'll link below, you probably would have heard me talking about what's known as an engaged follow. And this is something that I've been working on kind of like really in depth recently, trying to grow an Instagram account with a really engaged audience and trying to, show a little bit of love to get a little bit of love back. And now what quite a lot of people often talk to you about is, follow for follow or follow unfollow. And those don't really seem to work, because once you've followed someone and then you unfollow them, they just tend to unfollow you. Seems a bit pointless and not really worth your time, effort of like manually going through that process. A lot of other people will then tell you to use an automation service or a bot, where you tell the bot to go and like and comment and follow certain accounts in the hope that they'll follow you back. But again, they tend to be really easy to spot, and they just seem spammy. I constantly get on my accounts quite a lot of comments where it would be like, nice pic, great shot, fire emojis, and full well that these are just people using a bot, and they're just wasting your time. They're not really interested in your content, and I think that that's just a complete waste of your time as well in trying to grow an account when you're just getting loads of spammy comments and things back. So it's not really worth it for you, because the more that you engage in those kind of tactics, the more of those kind of tactics are going to come back at you, and they're really not going to help you when you're trying to grow an engaged audience. So what I've started doing is what's known as an engaged follow. And so just kind of give you a rough overview of what that is. I will, go onto my Instagram account and I will start, following accounts that are in my niche. So one of the accounts that I'm going to show you today is an account called Puppy and Cakes, which I'm going to link down below. And I'll shortly take you onto my phone so you can kind of see a screen grab of everything that's going on. And I'll talk you through the entire process in terms of like how I built this account. And I'll show you kind of how I go and engage with people. So what I will do is I will go and find, other puppy accounts or other people that absolutely love dogs or bacon and cakes and those kind of things. It's a nice little mix. And I will give like a really nice comment. I'll like a few pictures, and I'll show a genuine interest in their account. So for example, if they have a Labrador as a dog and they're really proud of it, then I might follow that Labrador account. I will then like a few pictures. I'll comment on a couple of those pictures as well, just being like, oh my god, like, I love your dog, like how cute. There's a really cool like play area nearby where you live, where it's really great for dogs. Just try and give a few tips, advice, help, just anything that might be relevant to them as a person, because then at that point they're going to show some potential genuine interest in you back. But what I do with these accounts is that once I follow them, I don't just leave them, which I think quite a lot of accounts will normally do. They'll just follow hundreds of accounts, and that'll be the only interaction. Once I follow that account, I look then to genuinely engage with those accounts over time. So every time I log onto Instagram, I will make sure that I'm liking and commenting on their pictures, and I'll start to build up an engaged audience. I'll also have it where accounts might follow and comment on my pages, and with that point I'll always make sure to reply, comment back, like their images, and really try and build a community. I think that is definitely the best way to possibly grow an account. It takes a lot of effort. It's a manual process and it's purely organic. So no bots, no DM groups, no trickery, just pure hard graft. Go on Instagram, go and find accounts in your niche, go and comment, follow, like, but leave genuine comments that are really appreciative or supportive of what that person is trying to do, and really try and grow a community. Also really helps as well if you DM a few people just with some just nice images or tips. Also, as I'm in a community account, I'll often just DM, dog owners and say like, oh, I really like this picture of your dog. They look great. Would you mind if I share it on my page? And then it just starts to build a relationship with that owner. They love to see their dog featured, and it works really, really well. So I'm going to take you onto my phone now. I'm going to talk you through how I do it. I'm going to show you how I've grown this account from 0 to 10K in 3 months. Purely organic, no tricks. Stay with me. Okay, so hopefully you guys can now see my screen. So this is the account. If we just go to posts that are just currently on the feed at the moment, as I said, I like to keep it like really engaging and start engaging with, many of the accounts that I see and that I follow. So just writing a little comment here that's like related to the post. It's trying to be humorous and just a little witty and a little funny, just to I guess drive a comment back or a thank you and that kind of thing. I'll just go through all of the posts that are most recent at the top of my feed, try and leave as many comments and as likes as possible, just to keep things flowing, keep engaging with people, and then hopefully you'll get some engagement back. Now, this is something that works really, really well because it builds a community vibe. And it really gets people talking back to you, and obviously if they're engaging with you, then the way the algorithm works is that your posts will be at the top of their feed when they next log in, and so that works really well for you for a boost of engagement because you're driving engagement back to your page. So just continuing to just kind of like filter through all of the different posts that are on my feed, handing out a few likes, a few comments, and just making sure that I'm engaging with as many people as possible. What works well here as well is that these accounts will be accounts that I would have followed recently. When you follow an account, Instagram normally puts that at the top of the newsfeed because of the algorithm anticipating that you really want to engage with these people. So it just shows that you really care about their content and you're not just following for them to follow you back. So just going into some of the insights on the account, as you can see, interactions are pretty steady for an account that's just hit 10K. To be getting around about 46,000 in reach over a week is pretty good, and we're constantly trying to improve that as much as we can. So just having a look at some of the most engaging posts here on the feed. Just talking you through, obviously we post a lot of puppy content. We also post, a lot of cakes, baking, but overall the puppy accounts tend to do a little better. So this is one of the most liked posts on our feed. It did really, really well. And as you can see, the vast majority of the impressions that we got were from hashtags. So this is just trying to find hashtags that are relevant to the image and relevant to our niche in particular. So just going to show you on the feed here at the moment within that post what hashtags we're using. Obviously the puppy itself is a Labrador, so we're trying to find as many Labrador themed hashtags as possible to try and keep it as relevant to that post. There's a mix of hashtags in there, so some that are kind of like high level hashtags with a lot of followers, others with a little bit less. So now just popping onto the explore page, and we're going to find as many images that are now relevant to us. As you can see, this image is absolutely perfect for the type of content we produce, considering we love baking and we also love puppies. So finding a puppy with a gingerbread house is amazing. So we're going to write to this person and say how much we love the content, and it's also going to be something that we'd love to share as well. So we'll just message the owner and say that we'd love to share it, try and get them to be happy about that. They might then give us a shout out or thank us in the comments, and just shows that owner there is engaging back with us, which is great. So I've saved that for later, and we're going to probably repost that on the feed a little bit later today. Then from there,
we'll just go and find a few other accounts that are on our Explore page because they're relevant to us. Start liking, engaging, commenting, and following, these kind of accounts. And this is what works really, really well for us, is that, we're doing it manually. So therefore, it's a lot more engaging to the owners of those accounts. So rather than using a bot where, like, a lot of people say it's much quicker, a bot will just be commenting like completely irrelevant things, and the engagement just isn't the same. That's more likely to generate a response rather than just, oh my god, great pick, or something along those lines. So we're just trying to engage in a variety of content. Also, like when you find content that's already going viral, so as you can see here, 142,000 views on this video. It's getting a lot of engagement already. So if we're going to engage on this post, then there's a chance that our comment will be seen by lots of people. And because we've got 10,000 followers now on our account as well, our comments will start to be near the top of that comment feed because we're now an account that has quite a lot of authority. So that works really well in generating as much engagement back and just more visibility for our account. So that works really, really well. So from the Explore page, we're just trying to find things that are either really relevant, that we want to engage in, and that's accounts that are already going viral. And we can engage in them and make sure that we're getting our visibility as much as possible. So again, just like another one here, it's an account that has got plenty of views. It's a funny video. It's probably one thing that we probably post ourselves as well, and so we want to make sure that we're engaging with as many of these accounts as possible. So just moving in from this one at the moment, just finishing off this comment, you'll start to see just a little bit more, like, I guess, variety in what we're doing now. So rather than just looking at accounts that are doing well in the Explore feed, we're now going to start looking at who's engaging with these accounts as well, because that's an audience now that is kind of really looking for this kind of content and already engaging with this kind of content. So we know that if this content is relevant to our audience, then we know then that they might then come to our account for more of that content. So what we'll start doing is having a look at who is already liking and commenting and engaging with this content, and then finding relevant accounts. So from here, we're not just following every account, we're being a little bit more selective, and we're looking at accounts that are either got a real name, so it looks like a real person, or we're looking to follow different puppy accounts. As you can see now when I talk about the engagement, is that because we followed this account, it's now at the top of our newsfeed, so we can start engaging with that directly, and it starts to show that we actually care about the content. We're not just following for a follow back, that we're then actually starting to engage with stuff as well. So that works really well for us. So just going back into that account now to find a few more. As you can see, this account has only got 70 followers, so we'll hand out a few likes. We're going to leave a comment on one of these pictures. Again, just say something nice and friendly, and then something that might generate an engagement back or a thank you. Someone that this might lead to a follow, and it's just growing that community. So just trying to find as many relevant accounts that we can, not going for accounts that are too big, so ones that are either really small and likely to follow back, or accounts that are relatively close to our own level, because that gives us a really good mix of accounts that have either low authority that are going to follow us back, or that have the same authority as we do, and that starts to show that loads of different accounts then will start engaging with us, because you've got accounts that are around 10k, 15k, that are all commenting on our posts as well. and that just works really well for the algorithm in terms of having, you know, high authority accounts, medium and low, all dealing and engaging with your content.
So there you have it. I hope that was really helpful. I hope that you managed to pick up a few tips. Feel free to ask any questions you like, you know, in the comments. You know, drop us a like, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for joining us. Cheers.